Jesus come. Let today be the day. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Lifeline Zululand's Power Hour. We are 5 minutes past 2, and we'd like to apologize for the 5 minute delay. And I really want to give you a warm welcome and say thank you for your presence, thank you for your time, thank you for the efforts that you've made to stand up and show up for yourself. Today is a very special day. It's a milestone for Lifeline Zululand. It's the first time we're hosting something of this nature, and we are blessed by the influence that have come our way. Today we have a few house rules that I want to get through quickly. We're going to have a spotlight 5 minutes that Nompilo will introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Stephanie Fletcher-Lartey. We welcome you. Can we show some love and emojis, please, for Dr. Stephanie Fletcher-Lartey? We would like to say that your cameras can be off for most of the time and your mics can be on mute. Please raise your hands if you'd like to say or speak, or you have a comment. Please use the chat box. If you need a bathroom break or a body break, please write that down in the chat box as well. Please know that this is a recorded event and the recording will be available on Lifeline Zululand's website. Just a little reminder of our etiquette as well, so that we know you are here all the time. Every now and again, please react, show some love for our guest speaker, and so that she's also motivated. You can clap, you can shout, you can send her hearts, whatever it is, but so that she knows your presence. And we are so looking forward to having our cups filled by Dr. Stephanie Fletcher-Lartey. Have a beautiful bio for her that I will introduce a bit later. But for now, I want to introduce you to the spotlight individual, and I'm going to hand you over to our dynamic lady, Nompilo Mapumulu, who is the Deputy Director for Lifeline Zululand. Over to you, Nompilo, for the spotlight intros.
Thank you very much, Mpati. Good morning, good day, good evening. I know in some of the areas it's evening now, like in Australia, as the poster is saying. To our guests, thank you very much for joining in. I would like to introduce one of our upcoming and give the spotlight to this lady, uNontsikelelo Nombuyiselo Nkambule, all the way from Wanongoma in KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. She is one of our economic empowerment beneficiaries. She was one of our GBV survivors who received psychosocial support through Lifeline's Zululand program, and now she has become a dynamite in her community at Wanongoma. I believe that she's here and she's going to be able to share and empower us to say how was her journey, how did she start, and where is she now. Thank you very much. Nontsikelelo, over to you.
Dear everyone, I'm so sorry. This is Thabo Mapumulo. Unfortunately, Unontsikelelo is experiencing some technical challenges, of which we are still trying to help her solve. Can we kindly please keep her for or give her some 15 minutes to resolve technical challenges that she's currently experiencing? Thank you.
Thank you, Tabo, for that. Yes, we can attend to her probably at the end, or I'm not sure if you really need 15 minutes, or is it something that we can resolve, Nompilo, if you can intervene with maybe a telephone call or something like that. We'll just have a minute or so for that. While we're on the minute,
I would like to take this opportunity to introduce myself and then Dr. Fletcher-Lartey. My name is Michelle Julal, and I'm the Executive Director, come CEO for Lifeline Zululand. Dr. Stephanie is an absolute dynamic lady. She's a trailblazer of note, epidemiologist, author, career advisor, life and purpose coach. She's the founder and the global head of Marketplace Missions Movement, and she's also an ordained minister of religion. She has distinguished herself as a servant leader throughout her more than 27 years of professional life. She is known throughout the field of public health for a contribution in the field of environmental health, infectious disease prevention, and control, emergency preparedness and response, to just name a few. Born in the rural district in the parish of St. Anne, Jamaica, she has excelled academically and professionally. She has had the privilege to serve in professional roles internationally. After completing a Master's of Public Health with distinctions at the University of West Indies in 2007, she later won a scholarship from the University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, where she successfully completed her Doctorate of Philosophy degree in 2013. Dr. Fletcher has a deep love for people and has spent most of her time on and on and off the job, mentoring, coaching, guiding, and nurturing people and building capacity for success in various spheres of life. If you Google Dr. Stephanie Fletcher-Lartey, you will see there's lots of content on her. And I'm encouraging each of you to take the opportunity while you scroll your TikToks and Facebook, log into one of her talks and blogs. You'll be blown away, and I'm sure whichever one you choose is actually going to change your life forever. Stephanie's professional excellence has been recognized throughout various local, international awards, including Jamaican's Governor General Youth in Excellence Award in 2007. She has published more than 50 articles and book chapters in peer-reviewed journals. She has published one book, The Professional Believer's Guide, Principles of Help Christian Believers Thrive in the Marketplace, and I know of one that she's co-authored, which is The Echoes of Humanity, and a beautiful chapter was included in that as well. She is also an independent recording artist. Of course, I can attest to that. She has a beautiful voice, and she has indeed sung for us at some occasion or the other. And she's so innovative and creative with everything that she does. Besides a recording artist, she does singing and songwriting and serves in various capacities in local church, including as executive pastor at the Destiny Impact Worship Center in Australia. And she is married to Daniel, and together they have 4 children. So that is a fantastic bio of Dr. Stephanie, and I'm just beaming and excited and jumping up and down for joy because I cannot wait to hear what Dr. Stephanie has for us. Tabo, are we ready for our other lady before I turn over to Dr. Stephanie? All right, so here's our spotlights over to them. I'm going to mute myself. Thank you.
I'm from Nongoma. I got this what's we call it? This activity or something else. So I did a protection order on the police station. So they told me that they have did for those people who were using that office at Wanongoma. So I decided to go and do the backing It was helpful to me because I distressed that time, and now I have a business of baking, and it's doing very, very well. I want to thank Lifeline for this opportunity because even though I'm not permanently working, but I'm trying on my side with the cakes. So far it's good. And my mentor was Charmaine, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Charmaine. It was, I think it was 2022 because on 2023 I started a business in March. I start baking like birthday cakes, whatsoever. But now I'm doing scones, muffins, and so on. Thank you so much to Lifeline for this opportunity. I was not thinking that today my business will do very well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't have words so much, but thank you so much. It's helpful, and you get some different stories from people because in this world or in this country there are people who are abusive, and you get a chance to get those stories, and they motivate us, they keeping us busy. And it was nice. We have a lot of activities. Uh, I was I liked baking before, but I didn't think that maybe some other I will start a business. But now I have a business. Maybe one day you will taste it. Maybe one day I will bake a cake for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Nompilo, I'm going to hand over you 30 seconds to just summarize for us where does she come from, how did she get involved, and what is she doing now? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mpati, and a special thank you to Unontsigelelo as well. She's from in deep rural areas at Wanongoma. It's one of the areas that we service where the abused is normalized. You know, in rural areas, this side, if your partner is abusive, it's a sign of love. So it is normalized. We are very happy that she has break that barriers and then reach out to one of our offices in victim friendly rooms at Kwanongoma, to our social workers who were able to introduce her to the program. And believe me, if I say in deep rural areas, even women are not working. So it is an honor for us to see her growth where she has already running her business, and then as well as started as an assistant teacher in one of the schools at Wanongoma. We are very proud of her as Lifeline Zululand. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for that, Nompilo. And without further ado, our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Stephanie Fletcher-Lartey. Please let's give her a round of applause as she makes her way to the screen. We wish we had a stage for you. Over
Thank
to you,
you
Doctor.
so very much, Michelle. Just doing a quick mic check here. Can you hear me well?
100% perfect.
Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here with you all. And I'm just doing another quick check. Are you able to see my slides?
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. I want to just say, first and foremostly, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you wonderful people who have joined us for this first in the series of Women's Month Power Hour. I feel very privileged to be the opening batswoman for the series. And I want to say a very special thank you to Michelle and the entire team at Lifeline Zululand for the honor to be sharing in this important event. I want to also say in good old Jamaican lingua, big up to my dear friend Kelly Markey and to the rest of the team that's online. It's so good to see all of you. I'm really delighted to be here sharing with you in this momentous occasion. Now, I after all those wonderful introductions, I feel like I have a very tall order to fill today. But I'm really excited because when I was invited to be here, I really felt like there was something special happening, and I'm so delighted to be part of it. And I want to bring a word of encouragement, especially for the women who are here. However, what I'm going to share today is applicable to you, even if you're not a woman. So don't feel shy to lean in as we share together. My presentation is not going to be long, and I am going to have a moment in my presentation when I want us to maybe do some work together. All right. So, with that said, let me just jump straight into it. By the way, my presentation today is titled Hero's Journey: Cultivating Your Inner Compass, Navigating Life with Purpose and Intention. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt a persistent, quiet whisper in your heart that says, there's something more for you? I'm not talking about a feeling just merely of discontent, but a powerful magnetic pull towards a different future. You know, that feeling that it's like it's an itch that you can't scratch. You can't shake it off. Well, that, my friend, is your call to adventure. Now, for me, that whisper, I can share one of my great experiences in hearing this whisper. It was in 2019. And I think if I'm really truthful, my whisper started maybe somewhere mid 2018. I was an epidemiologist working in a local health district in Sydney, Australia. I was great at my job. I mean, people would even say that I was the best at what I did. I I had already made a significant impact, but I felt an increasing sense of stagnation. I really couldn't put my finger on it. But over time, I began to feel like there was something more that I needed to do that I just wasn't doing, right? And I think deep down inside, eventually I started to realize that there was a bigger impact that I needed to make that would not be able to happen based on where I was located. And so what started as this whisper became a roar. And after a period of prayer and seeking God's direction, I took a massive leap of faith. I packed up my desk, resigned my job, loaded my then 2.5-year-old son, and got my husband's blessing to sail off to the Caribbean for a 1-year advisor role in an international institution. My dear friends, a few weeks, merely just under 2 weeks after I arrived, the world underwent a dramatic change. The COVID 19 pandemic hit. And this wasn't just the calm, predictable job that I had thought I was signing up for. The emergency was of a scale and complexity that I had never imagined. But in that chaos, my career didn't just survive, it was accelerated to unprecedented heights. I went from working in a local health district to making a global impact, which is precisely the answer to the call because I had put myself in a position to be ready. That leap of faith was my call to adventure. and it led me to a life of purpose I couldn't have planned for. Now, more about my adventure later. Before you can answer the call, you have to do one crucial thing. Like me, I believe you recognize that we live in a very noisy world. It's full of expectations, demands, and endless list of things to do. Now, to be able to hear the whisper of your soul, you must be intentional about taking a pause and having time to listen. You see, this isn't about passivity, it's about actively encouraging and courageously acting on the stillness, right? You have to get quiet and hear what is happening. And this is where you also get to hear the voice of the infinite spirit, the one who breathes life into you. Do you know that he's always speaking? Yes. If you are able to get quiet enough, you can actually hear him speaking to you. The thing is, he may not always speak in an audible voice. It could be symbols. It might even be through a dream. It could be speaking through someone else like me right now. He may send you a message in the form of something that you see in minute web. It could be a billboard, something unexpected. But you, if you are looking and listening, can see that there is a message in there for you. You see, when we find ourselves in this quiet space, we can truly hear not only our own voice, but we can also hear his voice. And this is where his voice helps to amplify the deepest desires of our heart and clarify our unique purpose to us. My friends, I believe that God has placed a seed inside of every one of us. A seed is the basic element needed for growth. And anytime we are able to activate our seed, then that is the beginning of our growth. But we must first listen to what that seed is saying because we are created for more. And we must listen for that whisper that is calling us to more. Now, it's great to listen, and many of us have actually listened to the call. The challenge, however, that some of you may say to me, yes, Dr. Stephanie, we've heard the call. Yes, I feel a call to more, but I can't seem to move forward. I can't seem to move from where I am because I don't know where I'm going. Well, let me tell you something. Once you have cut through the noise, you are able to feel it. It's a strong magnetic pull of your destiny. And some of us on this platform today will testify that when you begin to feel that magnetic pull, it's almost irresistible. And this is your North Star. I call it the North Star. Your North Star is your ultimate vision for your life. It's not just a simple goal. A goal is something that you can achieve in a set amount of time. And sometimes your goal, you can achieve it on your own. Your vision, on the other hand, is deeper and more important than just a mere goal. Your ultimate vision is the big picture. It's about that fixed point on the horizon that will guide all of your actions. Your vision is something that is worthy of you. It gives you life. It aligns with your core value of who you are. It brings good in it for others. And very importantly, your vision must be bigger than something that you can achieve on your own. And that is why a vision and a goal are not the same things. Your vision requires a stepping out of your comfort zone. And this, my friends, is something that is so critical and important for us to have. So your vision is about your why. It's the why behind the what you do. And many people do not know what their vision is, and it keeps them from actually stepping forward. If you're unsure of what your vision is, then ask yourself, what would I love? What would I love to be? What would I love to achieve? What impact would I like to be making? Would I like to have better health and well being? What about my relationship? Would I have, would, am I looking for a better relationship or a new one? One that allows me to become the best version of myself. Or maybe you are looking for a new job, a different job, or even a better one. Or you could be looking in the area of business. What about having more time to enjoy the money you have? Or maybe you have time, but you don't have money. Or you could do well with a bit of both. This is an idea of what to think about when we're thinking about our vision. Where do I really want to be? And so, in my good old Coach Steph style, I don't want to pass through here without giving you an opportunity to think about what your vision is for your life. And so, I would like to give you the opportunity to think about your vision. Take a quick moment and think about your vision. What is it that you would love more of in your life? You see, sometimes we struggle to think about what we would like. Well, sometimes we don't know what we want. And a good question to ask is, what would I like more of? Because when you know your North Star, every decision you make becomes a step towards a purposeful direction. Because you are called for more. Well, I hope you've had a chance to think about what your vision is and or what would you love more of in your life? Because I believe that we would all love to have a little bit more of something, whether it's in our health and relationship, whether it's in our spiritual lives, it could be in our relationships, it could be in the area of our vacation or the area of our time or money freedom. The important thing here also, though, is to move towards this North Star, we must be able to go on this journey unencumbered. I'm talking about shedding what's holding us back. Because many times, it's not that we don't have a vision. It's not that we don't know where we need to go or what we want to do. But we can experience these speed bumps. We can run into these speed bumps or hurdles along the way that are not necessarily physical ones, right? There are some invisible things, could be our thoughts, could be our belief system, things that we have learned over time that have helped to shape the way we think and believe about our ability to have more that can limit us from moving towards a vision. Do you know, as I mentioned earlier, that your vision is not just a worthy goal? Your vision is something that requires help from a higher power. If your vision is something that you can achieve on your own, it's not worthy enough. But one of the challenges that we often face is the fact that we get tripped up by sometimes our very own thoughts, right? And so it's important that we are able to deal with the clutter, the beliefs that hinder us from stepping forward, right? We sometimes call these limiting beliefs about ourselves, about what we deserve, or what we can have or have not, right? And so we must be able to let go of some of those beliefs about ourselves It can also be fear, the fear that sometimes creeps up, excuse me, and tries to stop us. And then it could be the toxic relationships, unhelpful, unhealthy relationships, and commitments that don't serve your vision. And we must also confront our biggest saboteur, ourselves. Many times we become our greatest enemies. We all have that inner critic, that voice of fear, or the habits of procrastination. And these show up because fear, as I always say, is like this invisible guard that stands at the border of our comfort zone that will not allow us to step out because its job is to protect us from danger, quote unquote. And we must stay in the comfort zone. And fear's job is to keep us staying there. Well, let me continue to share my own story.
Sorry, doctor. I
Yes,
just want to let you know that the time has been extended. Please do not deny us the opportunity of your volume of wisdom. Um, Everybody is actually enjoying it. So I want to just announce that the time has been extended. So yes, please do go on. Do not deny us that opportunity of winning. And we find it so packed full of nuggets and it's really food for the soul. So yes, keep going. Thank you.
thank you so much. So, yes, we all have these inner critics, these belief systems, the things that trip us up. And for me, it was the job. I was afraid of losing my colleagues. I was even afraid that how would I explain to people that this job that I was doing so well at, that I was now thinking of leaving? My colleagues loved me. I was doing so well. I had a very strong network, you know. I'd made so much impact in my role. But there was this pull inside of me that was calling me to something bigger. Talking about my colleagues, how was I going to tell my husband and my children that I wanted to go? In fact, when I did initially share with them, it was like, hell no, we are not moving. And I became so afraid of what is going to happen if I lean into this call to something greater. And I will confess that there was a time when I made up this so called convincing story that I would share with people about why I wanted to go. That was the front cover story to help me explain. But eventually, I learned to acknowledge that this was indeed an internal part of me that was tripping me up and trying to stop me from stepping into what God was calling me to at that time. And so I had to consciously replace those old thoughts with more empowering ones. Though sometimes you got to talk to yourself. There's a psalm where David says, why art thou cast down, O my soul? Why are you disquieted in me? Says the King James Version. And he said, hope thou in God. I got to that place when I had to start speaking to myself and tell myself that I have to go because if I stayed, I would not fulfill my purpose. And we must become our greatest advocate. And so, but there comes a point in time when you've you've identified where your North Star is, and you know, well, these are the hurdles along the way. I am going to pursue this. But the thing is this, your journey is not meant to be walked alone. Remember, if your vision is small enough that you can accomplish it by yourself, then it's not worthy. The collective wisdom of two or more people is a powerful force. As women, we need other women who believe in our vision. Can I say that again? My sisters, we need other women who not only believe in our vision, but they will cheer us on. Cheer us on. Because we know if you saw that photo I put on the cover page with that woman at the helm of the boat, the idea here is that as mothers, as wives, as the many different hats that we wear, oftentimes we just got so many things going on and we give up on our dreams. We leave them for the greater good of the family. We put them aside because we have to cheer everybody else on. And many times we walk away from fulfilling our true purpose because no one is around to cheer us on. But can I encourage us to be the cheerleader for another sister? As women, we need other women who believe in our vision. They are our allies, the cheerleaders, the mentors, the supporters, the friends who will champion your cause and hold you accountable. When your own belief wavers, they will believe for you. That's the power of finding your tribe. And it's the beautiful purpose of communities like Lifeline Zululand. What an amazing testimony was shared earlier. So, as we navigate this journey and we continue to walk towards our purpose, we need sisters to hold our hands along the way. But yes, I can hear you saying, but what about if I fail? Or the last time I tried this, it didn't work out. The last time I made an investment, it didn't work out. Oh, somebody scammed me. Oh, the last relationship I was in, the guy was a player. Oh, the last time I tried to do a business, I completely failed. Well, let me make this clear. Setbacks and challenges are inevitable. Excuse me just for. Yes, setbacks and challenges are inevitable. You're going to face them. But they are not the signs that you are on the wrong path. No, absolutely not. I used to think that every time I experienced a setback or a roadblock or a certain challenge, that this was a sign for me to turn back. Until I began to realize that these are not necessarily stop signs or abandon the journey signs. They are powerful learning opportunities that if we continue to examine them and find the lessons that we need to learn, then we can be more successful in the long term. Every mistake is a lesson. Every challenge builds resilience. And so we have to learn to recognize them for what they are and learn to reframe failure as a valuable fuel for the journey. It's a chance to pause. Yes, that's why we have roadblocks. It's a moment to pause and catch our breath. And sometimes we may have to pivot. We might have to change direction because we may have to go around the roadblock. However, this is our opportunity to recalibrate our inner compass and emerge stronger and wiser on the other side. Yes. So the next time you run into a physical or emotional or spiritual roadblock, remember this is not necessarily a sign that you should turn back. And let's talk about mindful momentum. So now we have a clear vision of where we want to go. We have identified where the roadblocks are, and we have learned how to learn the lessons from those. We have dealt with the inner critic, and our allies are by our side. It's now time to gain momentum and keep moving forward. This is about being mindful about how we carry out our activities that are aligned with our vision. It's not about being busy, it's about taking small, intentional, and deliberate steps forward. My brothers and my sisters, this is not about perfection. It's about small, consistent actions that helps to build momentum. Don't be overwhelmed by the entire journey. Instead, I want you to ask yourself, what is one of the most important things that I can do this week to move me closer in the direction of my North Star? Will you take that single step and let that momentum build? Can I just encourage someone on this platform today? Your North Star is just in a hand's breadth reach. If you continue to move in the direction of where your vision and your dream is, remember this: all of us are called to more. We are all called to something greater. We are all called to a purpose that is greater than what we see manifested in our lives today. This is not just about being passive and waiting for things to fall in our laps, but it's about us being really intentional, being mindful, being purposeful about what we want to achieve for our lives. And yes, I know that maybe your husband or your wife may think that what you would love is not good enough for you, or it's not good enough for them because it will take away your time from them. Or it could be your coworker. It could even be your friend. But my role here today is to encourage you not to give up on pursuing your dreams. Because let me tell you something. One day, you are going to give an account for the life that you live. And no one will be able to do what you were meant to do. And in fact, all the people in the world that will discourage us from pursuing our purpose, none of them can do it for us. So we may as well go after it. And so, with that, as we are wrapping up our session for today, I want us to take a little collective pledge. This is what I call the Shero's Oath. Because every woman who purposes in her heart to pursue her purpose is indeed a hero. This is your Shero's Oath. It's a personal commitment to yourself to honor your vision, embrace your power, and walk forward with purpose. And so, if you will, I want you to make this promise to yourself. I want to invite you, if you're sitting or standing, if you want to stand up or you want to sit down but rise up tall in your seat. And I want us to say this together wherever you are. This is my personal commitment to myself to honor my vision, embrace my power, and walk forward with purpose. As I fix my eyes on my North Star, I march forward. And if marching is too much, then I will walk. And if that is too much, then I will crawl or creep if I must. But remaining where I am is not an option. I must. Yes, I must step out and follow my dreams. Now I want to see those hand clapping. I want to see all the emojis going up for those who have said that pledge out loud. I want to see all the reactions. If you said that pledge out loud, made that promise to yourself that you will follow your dreams. Now,
Doctor, we have to do that pledge again with everybody's mic on because that was so powerful. You
all
have to lead
right.
us again in that pledge, and everybody, if they can afford to put their videos on, do it. Put your mics on, and I think we're going to do it together. Doctor, that was fantastic, and I love this. So everybody, if you want to put your videos on, please switch on your videos and your mics. And Dr. Fletcher, we're going to follow your lead.
All right. Are we ready? I did have some music, but I can't seem to see how to share the background music, but we'll do it together. All right. Are we ready? Let me get a
Yes,
love reaction or something on the screen. Are we ready?
yes, we ready.
All right.
Yes,
All
we're
right.
ready.
I will read and you go and then you repeat after me, right? Are we ready?
Yep, yes, we ready.
This is my personal commitment to myself
This
This
is my
is my personal
This is
commitment
commitment
my
to
to
personal
myself.
myself.
commitment to myself.
to honor my vision, embrace
To,
my power,
to honor my vision and embrace my
Honor
power.
my
To honor
vision,
my vision,
embrace
power,
my power,
and walk forward
and,
with purpose.
And
and
walk
walk
forward with
forward with
forward
purpose.
with
purpose.
purpose.
As I fix my eyes on my North Star,
As
As I
I
fix
fix
my
my
As I
eyes
eyes
on
fix
my
my
North
eyes
Star,
on my North Star,
I march forward.
I
I
march
march
forward.
I
forward.
march forward.
And if marching is too much,
And if
And
it's
if
And if
marching
marching
is
is
marching
too
is
much,
too
then
much,
I will walk.
then I will
then I
walk.
will walk.
then I
I
will
want to
walk.
I wanted to say that with some attitude.
Mhm.
And if marching is too much, then I will walk.
And if
And if
marching is too
And if
much,
marching
marching
is
is
too
I
too
much,
will
much,
then
walk.
I will walk.
then I will walk.
And if walking is too much, then I will crawl
Mm.
And if
And if
that is too
walking is
much,
too
I
much,
will
then I
crawl.
will crawl
or creep if I must.
or creep
or
if I
creep
must.
if I must.
But remaining where I am
Mm.
But
Remaining where I am
I am
is not an option.
is
Is
not an
not an
option.
is not an option.
I must.
I
option.
must.
I must.
Yes, I must
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
must.
must.
Yes, I must.
step out and follow my dreams.
Step
Step
out
out
Step
and
and
out
follow
follow
and
my
my
follow
dreams.
my
dreams.
dreams.
Wow, why don't you put your hands
Mm.
together for yourselves? Give yourself a big round of applause. Now feel the pull of that. Lean into it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the call of a life of purpose, waiting with bated breath for you to step out of your comfort zone and live. Put your hands together. Now, before I go, I want to. I know Michelle has shared a little bit about. I've got my podcast platform. I'd love to invite you to take your mobile phones out, or if you're on your computer, just to type my career, my calling into your browser, and you can click the bell and follow me, right? My career, my calling. Follow me there. I provide some really empowering stuff very frequently. And
Absolutely.
Michelle, if it's fine with you, I also thought
100%.
that I would put a little QR code there and a link. If there's anyone who really has a burning desire to talk to someone about, direction for their lives, I am
Wow.
happy to offer a free 30-minute call to
Wow.
anyone who feels that they'd love to just have a chat and get some direction
Mm.
about how can I actually pursue my vision, and I'd
There's
be
no
very happy to
emoji
offer
for
that.
that. There's no emoji for that to say we've just landed the gold star. This is absolutely fabulous. And I'm so humbled and thankful for this opportunity. Whoever takes up this opportunity, it is your golden ticket, guys. I'm telling you, it's your golden ticket. Absolutely. Sure, Dr. Stephanie, thank you for this QR code and for this free gift. In this day and age, nothing is free. Very little is free. So thank you for this. Wow, thank you, doctor.
I'll drop the link in the chat for you as well,
Oh, perfect.
right? So this is a no commitment, just book a call with me and we can have a chat and see, you know, if I can provide some advice, some direction. There's also a free career action plan guide at the QR code. It's for those who might be thinking about planning their career pathways and it's a guide that you can fill out to help you set some goals for your career and pursue some
Sorry,
worthy
Doc.
goals.
Sorry, Doc. We have a hand from Kelly Markey.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Dr. Stephanie. Thank you for that amazing opportunity for everyone on the ground in South Africa. I just wanted to add, this is not confirmed as yet, but if you are going to attend the Beacon of Hope mission, you can take this further. So if people want to build that rapport, you can be having a workshop in South Africa, and this is a door for them to step in, and you can continue working with them if they want to attend your workshop in South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kelly. That's amazing. Yes, you know, let's begin to build that relationship now so that when I get there in South Africa, God willing, we can do this together face to face. And if you see some of the reports that people tell you on my website, that they love to come to the in-person one because I bring all the music and the dancing and everything. So
Amazing. There's
wow,
another
thank you
hand.
so much for
There's
this
another hand,
opportunity.
Doctor. There's another hand.
Nolan. Hello, Nolan.
Thank you, Dr. Stephanie, for your inspirational words and wisdom. I myself am personally looking forward to meet you, obviously along with Kelly. I can't wait for the Beacon of Hope launch. And maybe all realize our North Star and vision. And I think, yes, sometimes we are our own enemy for this, And
That's so true.
a happy one to all you beautiful ladies. And thanks to Team Lifeline for hosting this powerful event. Take care, you all.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. So before you go, Dr. Steph, I just want to run through the summary that you've given us, these powerful nuggets that we must step into our vision and goal because it's two different things. And that North Star of ours, we need to find it. And
That's right.
self-sabotage is a real thing. So we need to check ourselves. Are we actually sabotaging ourselves? And get on board with being our own best advocates. And a question, I have two questions for you. You say seeking out your tribe. How long does it take to find your tribe? Because sometimes you go through life as a lonely individual, you find friends along the way, they use you, they throw you. And how long does it actually take for one to find their tribe or to attract the right person that doesn't just want to use you for your platform or what you have? And my next
Mm,
question is you spoke about failure. That's such a big topic for everybody,
mm.
and failure sits in everybody so deeply. So I want to ask you in terms of what kind of words of wisdom you have to encourage us for if we are failing in our jobs, in our marriages, in our relationships, in our family, in our business, how and what kind of nuggets do you have for us as your parting words? And before you part, I really want to say we are humbled to have you. Thank you for your philanthropic efforts and for all your generosity of your time. I know it's close to midnight there by you guys. So I really, really want to express our thanks and gratitude to you. And I believe that, if we want to be involved in the fight to change ourselves, it actually starts now. And you spoke about resilience to build that resilience. And it's just, I love what you said. It's one small step at a time. Make sure you're not standing in the same spot tomorrow. So, yes, those two questions for you. How do you find your tribe? And about failure, what encouragement do you have for us before we log off? We don't want to leave you, but we know you have to go to bed.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the questions. How do you find your tribe? For some people, finding their tribe might be easier than others because finding your tribe is about relationship, isn't it? And there are, relationship is not something that happens overnight. It's about know, like, and trust. It's it's also something that requires attention and intention. Meaning that to find your tribe, you can meet someone today and you feel that connection with them. But for them to truly become your tribe, it means that to truly become their tribe, it means that you have to build the relationship. And relationships actually take time for you to know and love someone or like them, right? Some people are great at creating and maintaining relationships. For others, and sometimes it's more like a personality type. Some people can be shy, and there are some people who just are not really good at maintaining relationships for whatever reasons. So finding your tribe, there's no short or easy answer. It's about also knowing who are you and what is your tribe. So is everybody my tribe? What kind of person is is a person that I'd love to become a tribe with? There has to be something that there's some values that we share in common, right? Really be be sharing some similar things, and it not it's you don't have to necessarily look like each other, but you have to have some core values that resonate with you. And so my suggestion would be look for people that share your core values. And I'm talking about core values because these are things that are the base and the core of who you are, that if you compromise on them, that could turn out to be something that you don't want. So I'd say, yes, there can be some surface related attributes that make somebody an ideal person to be part of your tribe, but I'd say core values. Find people believe what you believe. Find people who are going in the same direction as you. Find people who are passionate, and they don't have to have your level of passion, but they must have some amount of passion to help with that momentum that you're seeking. But I would say avoid people who don't resonate with you on a core value level. And then failure. This is a whole 2 weeks topic, right? So we'll have to have another session to talk about failure. But in a nutshell, what is really failure? For one person, somebody may see something as a failure, another person sees it as feedback. You must have heard about the famous Thomas Edison and the light bulb. He experimented with trying to implement this law of illumination into captivate it into a manner that he could harness light whenever we wanted to. He didn't just fail one time, 100 times, or 500 times. 1,000 different times he experimented before he actually got the light bulb to work. And somebody said, how did you manage to keep going for 1,000 different times? Thomas Edison said, because each time I did it, I found out another way that it didn't work. And so I kept going, because if I kept going over and over again, eventually I would find out what worked. And that's what he did 1,000 times before he found out how it would work. And that's, some people may see that as failure. But for those of us who succeed, is that we see failure or more as a stumbling block or a hurdle that is to be surmounted, or something that is to be repurposed or realigned or redirected, but not as a failure. It's mere feedback. And so instead of us always thinking, I've failed, why don't we look at what has happened or what has gone wrong as that's another way that what I want to do hasn't worked. And if I keep moving forward, then and keep going, I will find out the way that it works. And so failure requires that you learn the lessons, find out the important lessons. Failure is feedback, and use that feedback to help make your next step a much better, a much greater one. Michelle, you need to unmute.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. 30 seconds before we close off. Thank you, Doctor. I forget that I'm muted. Before we close off, can we have everybody on screen to do a quick screen grab picture if you are willing to share your photo. Dr. Stephanie, we are so blessed to have you to help us to see that in order for us to create a life for ourselves, we got to start on the inside if we want to look good on the outside. So everybody, please, if you want to turn on your cameras.
I'm in my PJ, so I won't shock you all.
Just do the headshot. That's okay. So everybody, if you want to put your cameras on, can our other moderator, Thabo Mapamulu, grab a screen grab of everybody. Please don't feel shy to put your pictures up. Come, guys, we want to see you. We want to grab Dr. Steph. And she also needs to go to bed. And I see you sounding a bit under the weather, doctor. I really, I cannot thank you enough for the time that you've spent with us. Okay.
You need a doctor.
You need a doctor. The doctor needs a doctor, yes. Okay, where is everybody? Can we have 30 seconds is almost up? Can we have your pictures? We're going to go on 10 seconds. Everyone? People are too shy. Thabo, I hope you are clicking away on the screen. Did you manage to get everybody?
Where's Nompilo?
Nompilo, you are requested. Show your
Her
face.
video is off.
Your video.
There she is.
Leave your McDonald's for later, please.
So that bets off Dr. Stephanie in grand style for Lifeline Zululand. We want to give you a round of applause and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night's rest. And for the rest of everybody joining from Zimbabwe, overseas, New Zealand, Australia, Kelly, thank you so much. We appreciate and love you guys. Until next week, Friday, tune in, everyone. Take care and goodbye. God bless. Happy Women's Month.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.